Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Nick here, and today we're going to be learning a really cool trick. Today's video is a bit more chilling on the couch because I want you guys to be chilled for this trick because it's a bit of a long one, but in the end guys, it's definitely worth it. It's one of my favourites. I'm not going to tell you what it's called yet. You should figure it out by the end, and you should have heard this if you are actually quite serious about card magic. You may not know it, but you should have heard of it. This is such a good trick because number one, it's a street magic card trick, which is the type of magic that I perform regularly, yeah. And it's also impromptu. So you know, you can use a borrowed deck of cards, you can use a deck of cards, you can give someone $1 and tell them to go into that $2 shop over there, and well, that's the vibe, but you know, a $2 shop that you're standing next to or whatever, and tell your spectator to buy a deck of cards, and then you can do the trick with that deck of cards, and that's why this trick is so amazing. The whole effect revolves around what's called a double lift. You got... That's my phone. 2 seconds. Hello?
Yeah, good.
Right, where was I? Okay, so there's the phone call right there. I don't know where it was, but you know, like I said, this is an impromptu card trick, so you know, you can have a spectator buy a deck, and then you know, you can perform the trick with that deck, and like that's just gonna blow someone's mind. And the length of this trick also kind of adds to the amazement of it, and how many different I guess stages you do in this, guys, is what makes it so cool. But yeah, that's really cool. It's called, what do you reckon it's called? You have no idea. It's called the ambitious card routine, or what we call ACR for short. So the ACR routine. It involves a deck of cards, obviously. Tips: don't use a brand new deck of cards. That's a no-no. You don't want to do that. You want to use an old deck of cards. It can be a deck of cards maybe that's not full, or you have you know, duplicate cards in here. It doesn't matter, because what happens is the spectator actually signs the card they select. Okay, they use a you know, the Sharpie marker you provide them with, and then they go ahead and sign that card. It's really cool, guys. It's impromptu, but we're going to watch Oz Perlman's performance of the routine we're going to be learning today, of the ambitious card routine, and so yeah, it's cool. Let's have a look at it.
You have a good memory? He's got a good memory. We'll try this. You ready? Go ahead, take this for me. And pick out any card you want. Doesn't matter at all. Grab one out with some room to write on. Perfect. Sign that Ace of Hearts for me real big. Come on in. All right. Chad?
Yep.
All right, Chad. Nice. Grab the marker. Now, I had you sign this for a reason. The reason is, it's the only one like it in the world. I don't have another one.
Right. So
So if I put Chad's card into the middle, no way it could be on top. Seem to make sense? Push it into the middle. Did you see it jump on top? I did it too quick. You didn't know what to expect. I'll do it again. Are you ready? We'll put the ace into the middle. Watch me real close. You're watching close this time. Boom. Did you see it that time, Chad? You know why? Because you guys are watching me too close. I'm not that good. Man. You got me. But if I take my hand on the 3 of spades, you ready? We just give a little rub, just like this. It looks just like Chad's Ace of Hearts. Now guys, you know what it is. You only have 2 eyes, I got 52 cards. It's confusing, you don't know what to expect. So you know what? Chad, hold out your hand for me. I'm gonna put the ace near the bottom. I'm gonna use less cards. You hold on to the rest of the deck. Watch. Push it in, just a little ripple. Boom, did you see it? Just like, you kidding me? What? Oh, I know what it is, I know what it was. See, this is the top of the middle. That's the top of the deck. Take a look on top. All right, no cheating. You go ahead, you push in, hold your hand out for me. Go with the clean hand. I'm just kidding, I'm just messing with you. On the count of 3, you ready? 1, 2, 3, push in.
Gee, this guy's good.
Last time guys, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna mark it. You mark the front, I'm gonna mark the back. I give it a big bend. Now the reason I give it a big bend, you can't miss it if I put it in the middle. Are you ready? Watch this. Count to 3. 1, 2, 3, Chad, right there.
That's good. Very good.
Alright everyone, now we've seen the performance of the ACR routine or ambitious card routine. It's time to learn it. So first of all, before we do anything, get yourself comfy. I'm sitting on a nice comfy black couch here. Get a bottle of water because you're probably going to need a drink. It's a pretty long routine. And also grab your deck of cards. Oh, and also a Sharpie marker, or just like, you know, one of those permanent markers that your mum always gets angry at you for getting on your clothes. So to start this trick off, you're actually going to go up to your spectator and say, hey mate, would you like to see a card trick, blah 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 blah, and introduce yourself. And now what you're going to do is you're going to have them select a card. So you simply go ahead and say, to start off, like many other card tricks, I'm going to get you to go ahead, reach in there and select a card. We're going to do it a bit different today. We're going to, I guess, spice things up. What I'm going to get you to do is actually select a card face up. So I'm actually going to see what card you're selecting. So show the deck face up, like so, and get them to simply take any card they want out. It's a free selection, it really doesn't matter. Remember guys, it doesn't matter if you have a deck of cards that has duplicate cards in it, because they're about to sign it anyway. So you're going to take whatever card they wish out. Let's use the card, let's use the Ace of Hearts. Have them take that card and then have them take it out, okay? So they're holding that card. Let's pretend my knee is their hand. You're gonna flip the deck back over just like this, okay? Hand them the Sharpie. Okay, so they've got this. Let's pretend I'm the spectator for the moment. Hand them the Sharpie and tell them to sign the card, okay? Say to them, what I want you to do is go ahead and put anything on that card. Just on the face, not on the back. You know, maybe if it's a symbol, or it's your signature, or it's just, you can't be bothered just putting some random swirl on there. We're just gonna do something that's gonna be easy to see on the camera. Whoa, Sharpie's a bit dead. There you go. A few lines. And this is why you wanna be using an old deck of cards, because obviously that's irreversible. Make sure you know you blow the ink so it's not going to get on anyone's hands, but also I like to, as just a bit of a convincer, say to them, go ahead and, you know, take a rub at that ink, make sure that it's not funny ink, then, you know, make sure it can't come off, just so you know it can't be funny in any way. So they've done that, they're still holding their now signed card, and they're also still holding the Sharpie. Now, during that distraction of you telling them to sign the card, you're actually doing something sneaky with the deck. Obviously, I can't do both at once, so I'm going to show you one at a time. That's the first bit. So you're showing them what to do, and you know they've gone ahead and signed their card. And while they're actually doing that, what you're doing is, because you're still holding the deck, you're actually taking the top two cards on the deck and flipping them face up. So it looks like this. Now, how are you going to do that? Well, what you're going to do is you're actually going to do it so no one else is going to see. You're going to do what's called a wrist kill, which is basically just another fancy word for, you know, moving your wrist towards yourself. What you're going to do, this is going to be obviously a revealed and an exaggerated view. You're going to simply take two cards and you're going to push them off, okay? Simply using your thumb. Take the top two cards and push them off using your thumb. See that there? Then bring them back and catch a break, okay? So now you have a break under the top two cards on the deck. And obviously this is done right here, guys, like so, okay? And don't be afraid to do this, because everyone's gonna be distracted by the spectator signing this card, okay? No one's gonna be looking at you, which is great for, you know, no one's gonna, you know, chances are that someone's gonna see this are very low, so that's always an upside whenever you're doing a magic trick, because that's not the idea. So you got a break, but the cards are still, you know, they're still face down. Flip them over, simply just do a double lift. It's quite, I can't even think of the word, you know, just do a double lift and then catch a break under. It's as simple as that, you know, there's really not anything else, any other way I can explain it. So you've got your break, and this usually happens down near your knee. So you'd be standing up and facing them, and you simply usually do it like that. Come back up with the deck, okay? Make sure you don't show them. So you want to do it like this. You've got your break under the top two cards, you come down and keep that wrist kill, okay? So these two cards that are face up are still facing you, not the audience. The other part of the deck is facing the audience. So let's go over that one more time. So you've done what's called a wrist kill, fancy word for turning your wrist. Double push off 2 cards, catch a break under those cards, so it's a bit hard trying to do this on an angle. Come down to your knee, or you can just do it quiet, secretly near your belly. Do a double lift, make sure you keep that break and keep the wrist kill. By this time, the spectator should have signed his or her card, and if they haven't, just wait until they've done, and everyone's going to probably be laughing and talking or whatever. And you're gonna need to be able to do this quite quickly, because you can't still be doing this move when they've finished signing this card, because people are obviously going to be looking at you and waiting for you to do something. So you've got this wrist kill, and you now have 2 cards face up on the deck. They've got their card, and what you're going to do is take their card, turn it so the back is facing them, take your hand, move it up, obviously this is exaggerated and in slow motion, slide that card onto the deck about 2/3 of the way, bring your index finger to the top, and then as you finish that wrist kill, so you're turning your wrist back over, you're pushing the card on. So no one's actually ever going to see these 2 cards. They think you have 1 card on the deck. So let's do that again, okay? So they've handed you your card. We'll do this quick and just normal this time. You've got the ace of hearts, take it, and you say, we'll take your card and just put it right there. Okay? You now have 3 cards face up on the deck. And first of those cards is indeed the ace of hearts. What you're going to do now is a simple triple lift, flipping those 3 cards over. Don't worry about catching a break, okay? You're going to do a triple lift, and just flip those 3 cards over. So now the card, 3rd from the top, is indeed the selected card. Simple. Okay, so that's the, well, it's not the first phase, but that's the first bit. You're going to take, this is where the magic starts to happen, To them, you haven't done any moves at all they've done is sign the card, okay? To you, you've already got 2 phases of the trick ready. What you're going to do is you're going to say, we're going to take your selected card, because everyone thinks it's on the top and it's really not, it's an indifferent card is on the top. Be careful not to show the face, obviously. You're going to say, we're going to take your card, I'm going to stick that in the deck. And when you stick it in the deck, make sure it's near the bottom, somewhere near the bottom, okay? Maybe, I don't know, 9 or 10 or maybe even 11 cards from the bottom, just like that. Give it a few slides. I like to do this, it just adds a nice effect. So people can still see it's in the deck. Don't take it out all the way though, okay? So just like that, nice and slow. Move it back to the middle and simply push it in. Or you can get the spectator to push it in, that's even cool. So go ahead, push that card in, and they'll push it in. That, I guess, adds a bit of a guarantee that you haven't done anything fun. Or really, to that card you haven't, but to the other cards you have. Now you only have 2 cards on top of the deck until your signed card, okay? What you're going to do now, guys, is you're going to take the first card, and you're going to say, guys, where do you reckon I've actually put your selected card? Do you reckon I've actually put it in the middle? Because remember, you've just slided the indifferent card in. And you might think this is dumb, actually, kind of revealing what you've just done, but hear me out here, okay? You said, I've just taken your card and put it in the deck. Do you actually reckon it's in there, or do you reckon it's on the top? Which one? They're going to say whether they reckon it's in the middle or it's on the top, okay? Don't say the bottom, that's just going to make it better harder for you, okay? Let's say that they reckon the card is on the top. You're going to take this card and you're going to show it to them, you're going to say, well, it's actually not. Okay? And you're going to show that card, but obviously it's not their card, is it? And then they're going to say no. While you're actually showing this card, guys, what you're going to do down here at the deck is simply push the top card off and then catch a break under it, okay? And this is done pretty quickly, so it's like, well, it's actually not. So good for you. You guessed right, okay? And now you've got a break under 2 cards, because remember you've taken that top card off, shown it to them. Got a break under the selected card, which was on top, and then place it back down. So you've got a break under 2 cards. You're going to say, but all I have to do is count to 3. That's 1, 2, 3. I like to snap my fingers, and then simply here do a double lift, guys. I do apologise for this deck, it's a bit old, so cards like to stick together. Do a double lift. Remember to catch your break at the end. Show the selected card. Everyone's going to be like, what the hell? You've just shown us the top of the deck, and now the selected card is right there. It's amazing. Take that card, simply flip it back over, don't show it too long. Everyone thinks the card is now on top. It's not. Remember, this is some random indifferent card, and this selected card really is still second from the bottom. You're going to do that again. You're going to take the indifferent card and you're going to place it near the bottom of the deck. You're going to say, check this out. I'm going to take it and put it in the middle of the deck, but I'm going to make it hard for myself, just for your entertainment, as per usual. Take that card, the indifferent card. Remember, everyone thinks this is the selected one. Now the bottom, guys, 8 to 11 cards from the bottom. Give it a few slides, make sure you don't go all the way out. And push it in halfway. Don't push it in all the way. Spread the deck, show them it really is right there. Okay? Make sure you keep that card out jogged. Now what you're going to do is actually hand the top half of the deck to the spectator. You're going to say, here, check this out, hold this part of the deck. But you're not going to take all the cards on top of that deck, on top of that card there. You're going to leave, once again, about 8 to 11 cards on top of the card, okay? So it should look somewhat like that, okay? You're going to say, check this out, here, go ahead, hold these cards. And just give these to a random spectator. If you've got a group of people, that's great. Just give it to someone you're not doing the card trick to, someone that's just watching. Make sure it's someone that's interested, because if someone messes with this pile, the whole effect's over, because that's like the card is right here. It's on top. You're going to just hand that and just put that in someone's hand. We'll just leave that aside for the moment, okay? So someone's holding that pack. Don't talk about it, don't look at it, forget it, pretend it's not even there, to you, it's not part of the trick, it's just some cards you had to get rid of. So they're just holding them for the moment. Now you've got the so-called selected card here. Simply get the spectator, one of the spectators, to push it in, or you can do it yourself, it really doesn't matter. And now here you're going to act a bit cocky. You're going to be like, oh yeah, awesome, check this out, snap your fingers, come straight back to the top. Show them the card, and they're going to be like, no. You're going to be like, oh yeah, what? Have a look at the card and then go, oh crap. And think, oh wait, it's okay. Then take 2 cards and show the cards. And you'll be like, yeah, second from the top, yeah? No? Okay. Oh, 3rd time lucky, always so. And as, you go down the pack and get it wrong more and more time, that's when you want to try and act as you're not as confident as you want at first, okay? So it's kind of like, hey, okay, not 3rd time lucky. Alright, look. Oh, wait, no, hang on. You're going to have a look through the pack. You're going to be like, oh, wait, no, okay. Act as if you just had an idea and you know where it is, but once again, you were wrong. Then you're going to say, wait, I know, this, give me one more chance. 5th time lucky. You're going to say, this is not the top of the deck, is it? You're actually holding the top of the deck right over there, or there, or there, wherever it actually is. Point to the spectator that's holding that pack. And everyone, sometimes, depending on what spectator you have, they'll automatically flip the card over. I've had that done to me before, doesn't matter. Or they're going to be holding it and be like, huh? So let's pretend I'm the spectator again. So I'm holding the pack, and you say, this wasn't actually the top half. This wasn't the top half of the deck, the pack you were just holding. So to the spectator, go ahead and flip that top card over. They're going to flip it over. It's going to be the spectator's selected and signed card. Everyone's going to be going crazy. They're going to be like, what the hell, I have no idea, okay? Spectator is holding this pack. Remember, you still got this random pack in your other hand. Simply take the pack back and put it with the selected card on top of the deck. The trick isn't over, guys, okay? You still have 2 more, and just, jump back to the top. So stages in this trick. Here's the second last one. What you're going to do is, the problem here is that you only have 1 card on top of the deck now. You can't do any more double lifts or anything funny anymore, because there's only 1 card face up. There really isn't any other way to get a card on top of this without no one knowing. So what you're going to do is steal the card. I'll show you what I mean. Let's have a look at this before I teach it, okay? So we're going to take that Ace of Hearts, take it, go ahead and push it over, and then we're going to simply push that card out on top. And doing that, guys, I've actually stolen a card on top of the Ace of Hearts. So if I was to push that down, now I have 2 cards. So I can do a double lift. How is this done? Well, I'll show you. Let's have a look. So you've got your pack like this, okay? The first thing you need to do is to actually riffle down the card. So you're going to riffle down just like that. I know it sounds like I'm pronouncing my R's as W's, whiffle, but yeah, okay, so riffle down the cards just like that. You only want to riffle down one card, just the bottom one, which is just a random indifferent card, like so, okay? Obviously this is going to happen in your left hand and not as exaggerated, so like that. Riffle down, one card, put your pinky in there, so you've got a pinky break under the bottom card now, and then simply transfer that to a thumb break. By now guys, you should know all these, okay? You should know what a pinky break is, you should know what a thumb break is, you know, swing cuts, double lifts, all that, you should know about these now, okay? The steel you're probably not going to know because it's not really a slate, it's just what we use in this routine. So you've got a thumb break under the bottom card now. You're going to simply do a swing cut, half the pack, try and get it as even as you can. Swing cut the top half of the pack into your left hand with the selected cut on top, holding that thumb break. Using the right pack, simply push the ace out with your thumb and using the right pack, flip it over. So it's right here, it's still on top, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to say, we're going to push it out, and as you're going to use your fingers on top of this pack to push it out like that, and as you're doing that, you're simply with your, I don't know if you guys can see this, with your pinky, you're going to grab that card that you had a thumb break under. So now that is on top of the ace, okay? So we're going to go through that one more time, it's a bit confusing to understand. Okay, so you've got your ace on top, but you know what, let's go behind the camera here. I'll just show you guys this from behind. Might be a bit easier for you and me. So we've got our ace, simply riffle one card, just like so. Catch a pinky break under it. Now you've got your thumb, grab a thumb break, simply swing cut half the pack over, push the ace off with your thumb, flip that over with the other pack, using your fingers here to push the ace out, and watch what happens as this card meets the bottom of the pack. My pinky comes here and grabs that card, and now I'm showing the pack to the audience like this, so the audience will be where the couch is, let's say. So no one's actually going to see this card you've just stolen. So that's what it looks like again, okay guys? That's what the actual initial steal looks like. So now you have, sorry about that, now you have one card on top of the ace right there. Now you're simply going to push that down. So now you're ready to do a double lift. Don't put your packs back together, hold your packs separate, okay? So you've got one pack with two cards on top with the ace second from the top and just a random pack. Now guys, a tip I want to just show you just before we do anything else here about this steal is to actually make sure you don't riffle two cards. I know it sounds dumb, but I've done this, and you know, you've got to riffle one card from the bottom, catch a break, and then get a thumb break. But I've actually, without realising, riffle two cards, catch a break, catch a thumb break, and when, you know, pushing the ace out, actually stolen two cards away without realising. And that ruins the whole trick. You know, everyone's going to realise you need two cards on top with the ace second from the top, not third from the top. If you want to devise a new routine that uses three cards, go ahead, that'd be cool. I'm actually working on devising my own ambitious card routine at the moment, but this one is great and that's why we're learning it today, okay? That's just a tip, and if you do actually riffle two cards and accidentally steal two cards away on top of the ace, and then you realise before you've actually pushed the ace down, what you can do, because your audience can be on a bird's eye view, using your right hand pack, cover the left hand pack, push one of the cards over, one of the top cards over, and then steal that away, just the opposite way we did, so now you have one card. That could save you, it saved me before, okay? So that's just a little tip there, okay? So you have this pack with your ace second from the top, right there, and this random pack here. What you're going to do is, this is probably the hardest part of the trick here, and this uses the most distraction and the best state of hand. What you initially have to do is make it look like a card appears in your mouth while it is literally being pushed into the other pack at the same time. How is this done? No one knows. Well, you do now. What you have is this pack right here, you're going to simply open this pack up as you were going to do a swing cut. Okay, so it looks like you were about to do a swing cut. You're not going to do a swing cut, you're just going to open it up just like so. Take the other pack and push your top card in between those packs. So it looks like that, okay, so that's in between there, right there. And now you have this other pack here. Remember, the selected card is right here. Everyone thinks it's right here. Everyone thinks the selected card is right here in between these two packs. What you're going to say to your spectators is okay, go ahead and push the card in. Now you'll notice the pack with the two packs with the selected card or the indifferent card in the middle is closest towards me, and the pack with the selected card is farthest away from me, because what we're going to do is, as we're saying here, go ahead and push a card in, we're moving this pack backwards and this one forwards, and this pack is not going to stop at my belly, it's actually going to keep going into my mouth so I can load the selected card into my mouth while everyone is distracted on pushing this card in. So here's what it should look like. I'm going to actually show you guys my mouth so you can see this. So yeah, go ahead, push the card in. And as I'm saying that, like literally as soon as I finish that sentence, I want the card to be in my mouth. I don't want it to go here, go ahead, push the card in. It's way too obvious. As you're saying it, not only the sentence, but also the movement is going to distract everyone, and everyone's going to be looking at this. Now, I know how scary this is, I know it's risky. When I first did this effect, I was way too scared to do this, and this was the part I messed it up all the time. I guess there isn't really a way you can practice just not having nerves. You can't practice nerves away. The only way you can do this is to get out there and perform it. You're going to mess this up. End of story. I'm not going to lie to you guys, you are going to mess it up. But if you mess it up, you're going to learn from those mistakes. And thereby learning from those mistakes, you are eventually going to be able to do it with ease, and it'll just be a simple case of playing. If you have a group of people, a couple of people are probably going to see it, but they're not going to say anything. Trust me, like 90% of the time, if 2 people see it and you have a group of, let's say, 5 people, they're not going to say anything. I don't know why, they're just people, it's weird. People kind of, by this stage, everyone knows that you're trying to do a coach and you're trying to, make them have fun as well. So they're not going to say, oh, look what he just did. And besides, you're busy doing something anyway. You don't need them telling you what to do or telling you off. So you're simply saying, go ahead, push that card in, bring this card up to your mouth, which is select a card, and then push that card in. Now the cool thing here, guys, is some people, like if no one sees you putting the card in your mouth, some people don't even realise. Let's just leave this aside, pretend it's in my mouth, okay? You're at this stage, you have the card in your mouth. Everyone's still looking at these 2 packs, okay? Simply put the packs back together, doesn't matter in what order. Everyone's still looking at the packs, no one's looking at your mouth. Some people will look automatically back up at your head, but most of the time, everyone will still be looking at the pack because, hey, you're not doing magic with your head, are you? You're doing the magic with the cards. I usually like to do a couple of flourishes just to show off. I like to do a spring or maybe a couple of cards and a dribble and have a bit of a laugh, and then eventually point up. Just do this, don't say anything, just point up, and they're going to look at your head, they're going to see that card in your mouth, and they're going to be blown away. Most people here actually think this is the end of the trick. It's not, you still have one more thing to show them. People may be getting a bit tired now, and if you can see almost everyone is getting tired, then just stop the trick here. You can do that, no one's going to know there's another stage. So yeah, but if you want to keep going, then let's go ahead and I'll show you how that's done. So you got the card in your mouth, you now have the deck back together, okay? Can't talk if I've got the card in my mouth, okay? Everyone's looking at your head, at the card that's in your mouth, and they're all like mystified, how did he do that? While everyone is being distracted, once again, you're simply going to do that wrist kill we learned before, remember? Come back down to your knee, and this time we're going to flip 1 card over. So it's simple. You don't need to do a double lift, get ready. You can just simply slide 1 card over and then lift it up and catch a break, okay? So that's what it looks like. Do that wrist kill, simply like that. Remember to keep that wrist kill. Then obviously you got the card in your mouth. Take the card out of your mouth and you say, we've got one more thing to show you. You're going to take that card and once again turn it so the back's facing them. simply load that on, about 2/3 of the way. Then push that in time with the turn of the wrist kill, so you turn your wrist back. Remember, wrist kill is just a fancy word for turning your wrist. So now you have the selected card on top of the indifferent card. So it looks like you have the selected card on top of the deck when really you don't. You have the indifferent card on top. You're going to do a double lift, simply flip those two cards over, okay? But you're not going to catch a pinky break, okay? So you are going to catch a pinky break. Okay, so you're going to do that double lift. So you're going to do a double lift and catch a pinky break. So what you're going to do here, guys, is actually bend the cards. So you're going to lift those two cards up, showing them the selected card, and then simply bend them lock. So you're going to say, look, you've marked the card on the front. I'm going to mark the card all over using my bare hands. Some people might think, how is he going to do that? Wait, what? Other people are going to think, no, whatever, I don't really care. Either way, take the card and bend it all the way down so the edges meet, and bend it as much as you can. Being careful not to show that you have two cards. You don't want people to see that. Open it back up and place it back on top of the deck. Now what you're going to do is you don't need to keep your index finger on there. You're going to take the sides of that and you're going to squeeze really tight on the deck. Okay? And you're going to make sure that they can't see you actually have two cards there. Okay? Just squeeze real tight and then place your index finger on top. Just like that. Okay? Simply riffle the deck. Don't do a swing cut. Riffle the deck. Take the top half of the deck off. Keeping your pressure on top so the cards don't pop up. Keeping pressure on the cards. Take that card and pull it over to the next pack. Keep pressure on this pack and then show them and say, look, you can see that card is bent, yeah? The selected card is right there, and they're going to see that bend, and that's a bit of a convince, and they're going to go, yeah, it is. Place the other pack on top. Remember, you also have a bent card here. Place the other pack on top. Hold it nice and tight. Remember to keep pressure on both the edges, and then get everyone to blow. You'd be like, I want everyone here just to go ahead and just blow as hard as you can on the pack. Look, I'm going to join in. This is just a bit of fun. Some people might compete with their friends that stand next to or whatever. Go, and then keep going until everyone's almost out of breath, just for lols, I guess. You don't have to, I just like to that because everyone laughs, you know. As soon as I stop, you can be like, look, you really didn't do anything, but if I snap my fingers, you can see, check it out, you can see that bent card on top. And because the pressure of the pack on the top of the card that's actually in the middle of the deck, you won't be able to see it. Everyone's going to see that bent card. Slowly, don't go like this, don't flip it over, simply slowly go. Yes, it parts. Is that your card? Usually it is. And be like, look, you can keep that card, that's yours. Give the spectator their merchandise, okay? Or merchandise? Not merchandise, you know, like, give it to them as a souvenir. Let them keep that. They're going to stare at that for years. They're going to put it on their counter. Yeah, real creepy style. No. Give it to them as a souvenir and just like, look, that's yours, you can keep it. And you know, you've done the move, you say, oh, check it out. Here's the cards. There you go, you can keep that. And as soon as you hand that card and you say you can keep it, everyone knows the trick is over, okay? So that's also a good way to end the trick. And people are going to love you for this, you know? You just entertain them for 15 minutes by doing a card trick, and if you're doing it for free, like I do on Sundays are free. If you do it for free, people are going to love you for it. If you're asking for money, then hey, that's your job. If you're a professional street magician, I'm not a 14-year-old kid, but if you're a professional street magician, you know, like, which a lot of these dudes are these days, people don't love you as much. I find, like, sometimes I do ask money, but usually when I do ask money, I'm raising for charities anyways. Okay, so when I don't ask for money, people seem to give you the love, you know? I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, that, guys, is the ambitious card routine. One of the coolest card tricks I've ever seen. It's awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know it's been a very long tutorial, and that's why you should have it more. If you missed anything in this video, guys, simply go ahead and rewind it, and that's the beauty of the video, you can do that. Watch it several times. I know it's a bit fast and some points were a bit hard to understand, but watch it several times and in a couple of weeks you should have it nice and good. If you don't know any of the slates in this, I'm about to put the slates used in this trick up, okay? So I'll see you all later, guys, and here are the slates that are used in the ambitious card routine. So if you don't know any of them, you can learn them. See you later.